We are aboard the Carnival Miracle for a 10-day Alaskan cruise, and our first off the ship day was to Sitka, Alaska, which I'm probably not the only one who has never heard of this town before. However, everybody needs to hear about it. It was absolutely beautiful. So when you get off the ship, there is a free a free bus shuttle that you can take into town. And once into town, there are beautiful shops that you can check out. And we decided to walk. It was a 12-minute walk from where they dropped us off to the National Forest. And in the National Forest, they have a trek that you can take. There's 3 different ones, but they have a trek that you can take called the Totem Pole Walk, and that's what we did. So it takes roughly 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how fast you go. And all of these little sites, the park and the water and the marina and this school, which has a museum, are all things that you will pass on your way to the Totem Pole Trail. So it was such a beautiful walk through town just to get to where we were actually headed. We opted not to book an excursion for the day, and I actually only heard about this walk. There's fishies in there. I only heard about this walk specifically during a carnival talk that was happening while we were on the ship, so I had no idea that it was even here, this totem pole trail. But as soon as I heard about it and that it was totally reachable, that's where we headed. So on the left, you can see a little fishy out of the water there. If you rewind for a second, I was so thrilled. I took so many photos and I actually got a fish jumping. So this is all still, heading on our way. Here we go. We've officially arrived. There's a lovely little welcome center. The bottom there, our 1-mile trail for the totem walk. So this is what we did through the forest. It is a forest. I had long pants and a long shirt. It was a hot day though, so my husband was in shorts and a t-shirt. But please dress accordingly. It was definitely not hot. I was more worried about mosquitoes than anything else, but there were none. And yes, it's a forest. There could have been, but we actually had a beautiful day walking about. So there is an eagle, and in the back there, which I'm going to zoom in a second, that is a volcano. Am I the only one that didn't know Alaska has volcanoes? I was shocked to find this out. But I was able to get a beautiful photo of it. So this is still just part of the totem walk that we were doing, and I highly recommend it for anybody. This is all fish that you can see in the water there making the ripples. And more fishies. My husband tries to talk to me a few times, and you'll hear me tell him to shush. I didn't want him to scare the fish. Don't scare the fishies. Shh, you'll scare the fishies. So yes, I know that we can't actually scare the fish. They really don't care that we're there, but I just wanted to be able to videotape them. I was mesmerized. When you're coming back through, there's an aquarium here that you can check out. They also had a hatchery and an aquarium if you do have time to really go in. These are just some shots from in town. We're only about 5 minutes from where the bus actually drops you off, or the shuttle actually drops you off. So as you can see, it's beautiful just to walk around and check out everything that's around. There's my husband, because on the way in, we found the fire hall. So as a firefighter himself, of course, we needed to double back. It was a 5-minute walk. It was really not a big deal. But he got to meet some of the fellow firefighters here. And I'm going to misquote, but I believe he said that they had something like 40 full-time and 100 volunteer or something. But I'll correct that in the comments if it's wrong. So this is beautiful Sitka. This is where we had our lunch. There were, I think, 6 restaurants that we passed, so there is no shortage of amazing places to get lunch. But this is where we stopped. That is a smoked salmon dip that I needed to have. And my husband had the fish and chips. So if you have time, I'm sure the excursions are wonderful, but if there's one that you're not looking to book, I highly recommend just take the shuttle into town, do that walk up to the forest and enjoy.